It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
It's time for the Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So for the Celtics, their last game, a win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. And kind of a close game, only a 4-point win, but a win nonetheless.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Mbah Moute in at the 3 spot. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin, we'll see if they have what it takes.
Thanks again, Doris. Griffin grabs the board.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Now here's Crawford. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Paul kicks to Griffin. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Clock at 4. Crawford with the ball. Now guarded by Bradley. Crawford missing again.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Paul outside to the left wing. Griffin, no one around him. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And it's 6 points for Blake Griffin.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight. If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership.
Here's Mickey after the basket by Los Angeles. Left side, Bradley. Pass to Mickey. Back to Bradley. Here's Mickey. Griffin with the steal. And now Paul pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
The Celtics making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. Usually you talk about how tough a player is, and you're always talking about big guys. But Chris Paul is as tough as they come playing that little point guard position.
Yeah, he's a power pack when you look at him. I mean, he's played through a lot of injuries and still has a big-time impact on the game. Most recently in the playoffs, he played through injury to beat the Spurs.
Now here's Paul. Isaiah Thomas unable to get his last shot to go. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Lots of room. Rebound, Boston.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Paul. Feeds it to Mbah-a-Moute. Jordan the pass to Crawford. And he's good on the 3-ball. Crawford's got himself on the board with 3 there. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Clippers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
It's game time in Boston as the crowds look to cheer on the Celtics. And the Clippers head back to Los Angeles after today's contest. Very strong basketball is the recipe for them right now. 4 straight wins, looking for number 5.
And they've cemented their status over the course of this season as one of the truly elite teams in the NBA. They've done everything we've expected of them.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. The bar has been set very high, and they've done it to themselves. Yet, for all the success that they've had, it'll be quickly forgotten if they don't make a deep playoff run.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Mbah-a-Moute in at the 3 slot. Here's Jordan, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Oof, this guy is a beast on the boards.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
And here is Johnson following the 3 from Chris Paul. Crawford with the steal.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to
And tonight's broadcast here in beautiful Boston. We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England, as the Celtics are about to go into this interconference contest right here. And the Clippers head back to Los Angeles after today's contest. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games.
You know what? They're almost perfect in their approach right now. I mean, mentally, physically, strategically, everything seems to have fallen into place. They're bound to hit a bump at some point in the road, but right now, everything is all systems go.
Yeah, you're right on top of it, Greg. It's hard to find fault with the way they've been playing at the moment. I mean, their confidence level continues to rise and grow with every win. And you can not only see it, but I think it's palpable. You can feel it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for the Clippers right now, inside it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And it's Mbamute in at the 3 spot. Well, taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down. Greg started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
Now here's Crawford. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
And Thomas, here we go. In the corner, Smart with it. No good on the 3. We played just over a minute here in the first. Crawford with the ball. Now guarded by Bradley. Picked by Griffin. Paul for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against Milwaukee.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. I mean, amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you'd see a team get that hot away from home.
And slam dunk by Smart.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Crawford with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. The shot's good from Paul.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Zeller following the basket by Chris Paul. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And honestly, not real happy with the shots.
Yeah, clearly a brain phase there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Zeller dishes to Thomas. Lets it go from deep. Thomas with another miss.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Now here's Crawford. Down low. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And in a conference game here, just a two-game season series.
Yeah, you know, you want to make every game count. Take care of business and give yourself a chance to sweep.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for the Clippers. Thomas passes to Rozier. Back to Thomas. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Chris Paul picks up that one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Clippers?
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Pass comes in for Blake Griffin, and it's Rivers in for Paul. And watching Amir Johnson, Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets. Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing. Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball. And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed.
Here's Felton. Rebound, Boston. 1:09 left to play in the first. Horford with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Crowder kicks to Johnson. Oh, that's blocked. Now the Clippers moving it up. Plays it up and banks it in. Johnson's got his first basket of the night.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Now, here's Thomas, coming off a stellar performance against Milwaukee.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the...
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. The Celtics make a quick stop here in front of their Boston fans just one game before heading back out. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad. Ups in this interconference battle a season ago. They like to change that now.
An East-West showdown, only one of 2 games between these squads.
And because of that, the time is now to seize control of the matchup. We'll see who strikes first.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Mbah-a-Moute in its small forward. Crawford, no one around him. Off target from outside. Thomas inside, defended by Paul. Thomas against Paul. Johnson, the pass to Thomas. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. First quarter, just over a minute played. Paul kicks to Crawford. Griffin dishes to Paul. The shot's good from Jordan.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
And here's Smart. Dan Johnson now top of the key. Nice ball movement by Boston. Ball against Horford. Griffin a screen on Horford. Here's Crawford. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Crawford's got his first basket of the night.
Griffin created the space for that shot.
Paul with the steal. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Right side Griffin. Wide open look. Again, Los Angeles. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Clippers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And that one goes in.